I know. It's been like 2 years. This is like part 16 of the trailer build, and we've had it done for 2 years now. We've used it, we love it, but we need to get the video out there for you guys, and that's where we are here. We're going to do some painting on this one, and then we'll do another episode after that to wrap things up and get the kind of overall look of it, what we like, what we didn't like, what we changed on it, and that kind of stuff. But right now we're doing the painting, so enjoy. All right, so we're at a point of getting the lid figured out. What I decided to go with is spraying insulation. I got the black stuff only because I don't want to see the yellow on the inner side of the trailer. But that's really the only reason. So I got 2 cans of this. We'll see how far it goes. You need a putty knife, and what we're going to do, I have it over here on the side yard here. So I have sanded down with 80 grit. Hopefully that's enough to, all right, it's bright out here. Hopefully that's enough to have enough adhesion to the metal, because all I'm doing is that flat surface and just a little bit up on the sides of that 1-inch square tubing. So we'll see if that works. Talk about your expectation versus reality letdown here. I was really expecting, the expectation was I'd spray this foam down, paddle it out with a putty knife, and then it would expand a little bit. I guess that's kind of what it did. It's just that expand a little bit is like almost nothing. You can see also it looks like I need more than one. I need probably 2 more cans if I really want to do this thing right, but we'll see if I do or not. I took the last 2. Not a lot of places sell the black stuff. The yellow stuff's everywhere, the black stuff's not so much. There is probably, I don't know, 2-3 millimeters, maybe 2 millimeters of foam as actually expanding. However, there's a lot of voids that you can see within it. So I don't know. I think I came up with a solution, hopefully. Anyway, ran to the store and got 2 big cans of normal insulation. I came to the realization that, guess what, I can paint this stuff, so it's not that big a deal to just use the regular readily available larger size. It's actually is a 1-inch gap filler too. The other one was 3/4, so it should have a little more expansion to it, hopefully. So we're going to spray this out, spread it out, do the same exact thing, and hopefully we'll have a little more insulation. The actual black didn't do too bad a job. It's you can definitely tell the difference just sitting here in the sun. The temperature of this metal versus this is substantially different. I'd say 15-20 degrees different. So it's doing something. I just if I'm going to do it, don't want to have to tear this thing off again. All right, I think the normal expanding foam, great stuff. This is a little better, I think. Has a little more expansion to it, and it almost seemed like stickier. So I don't think there's going to be any issues as far as adherence, but there you go. So we don't have full coverage, but I think with what we have, it should be good. We'll see exactly where we settle out as far as thickness goes, but I kind of just like skim troweled it in order to get it on there. Those 2 cans just barely made it, so there's, I guess, 3 big cans if you count the 2 small ones total on this thing. I think that should be sufficient to keep the insulation down, so we'll see how that goes. See what it cures out to full expansion, and go from there. We also have a update for the Raptor liner.
Got 2 coats on this side here. I went through, I got 1 coat on all of the trim pieces here. That'll be black. Put a 2nd coat on here as well as the top, and then also really gummed up, I don't know, a good angle to get that, but it's the wiring going up to the light, and light I've textured with the Raptor liner on it, so it pretty much looks nice and seamless, incorporated into the trailer. So we'll have black here on the trim, these will be black, and then I'm going to go tan all the way up, and then also the top. That'll keep down on the heat from the top, as well as just give a nice seamless look. All right, well, didn't get on video. The pregnant wife didn't want to have it on video, her helping me move this thing, but we had the top back on there, so really wasn't as bad as I remember it. I thought it was going to be miserable, and I was really debating letting Nicole do it, but really wasn't that bad. It's been sitting outside getting rained on for 6 months, so there's some rust. I'm going to have to wire reel that up. Got to prep it anyway for the coating that has yet to arrive, so once that arrives we will get it painted out and the rest of this thing painted out, and it'll be looking hopefully much more sharp. So it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of weird now having this top. Now I don't have any access to the inside, but everything's been tested, everything works, nothing leaks inside, so we should be good to go. This is what the inside looks like now. So pretty decent cubby for miscellaneous odds and ends and camping gear. So it'll shut and be perfect. So that is what we're looking like. Pretty excited. I'm now thinking and wishing I maybe brought a light or put a light in here somewhere, but oh well, improvements down the road, I guess. Okay, well, that plan was short-lived. I forgot that the all these holes, all but 2, had to be re-drilled because when I mounted or fabricated the frame here, I sucked everything in, and so there's only this bolt and the bolt over in the front right corner that actually line up. The rest of them are off just a little bit, so I'm gonna have to re-drill them. Just kind of stinks because they're like just off enough that I don't know, it might be a little tricky. Anyway, it's gonna get done. I drilled the holes out for the top of the lid here, so we have these now mounted. What I need to do is get the compression sealer. So I got to install this here on the bottom side of that. I'm thinking I'm just gonna get some ratchet straps and maybe do one at a time. Lift aside, ratchet it up here to where it's angled off, put it down on much as far as I can, do the other side, and go from there. So that we're tight, watertight, airtight, all tight, ready to go. Then I can secure this thing down for good, prep it up, and get the Raptor liner shot on it. I don't have it yet. I did have the acid etch primer for this bare metal, which I probably should have done for some of the other bare metal, but we'll see how it goes. This I'm concerned about as large a surface as it is and flat. And if we're sliding anything across it or mounting any chairs or whatever, I'm sure as we'll do down the road, it's going to be scuff free and it's not going to peel off. I think that's good for today. We're going to got it all weather sealed in. Went and took the grinder to everything and got all that rust knocked off. It actually looks not too bad. I mean, if you're into this army grungy, I don't know, retro thing, almost looks cool as it is. I don't know what you guys think. Might have that door might be a little bit of a clash with the whole motif going on here, but all right, we are finally at a painting stage. We have I got the awning brackets fabbed up. I just took a piece of 1/4 inch angle, welded another piece of 1/4 inch flat stock to it to give me a 4 by 2 inch piece of angle that then goes underneath here, mounts on these bolts that I welded off to the frame itself. I got 3 points, 1, 2, and 3, and so these will mount just like this, and then the respective bolts bolt in place just like that. So that'll mount on the side there. As you can see, height wise, it's not if we're sitting in chairs, shouldn't be a problem. The other thing is the where I mounted them. So I have 3 positions on the side here that'll be secure when we're driving down the road and whatnot. And then if we're cooking or we want to move the awning to the back, we can take it off of off the side there, and then move it over and put it on top of the frame here. Throw bolts through the expanded metal, bolt it down, and then I have it to where it's offset and will overhang the side here and then cover up the sink that overhangs, obviously. So that should be good. I was going to weld off some bolts on the bottom of the bracket itself so that I could easily just throw it on top of the expanded metal, but I figure it's easy enough to just utilize the existing bolt holes. We'll see if that's the case or not. You can always weld a stud there if need be. So those are mounted. The bracket or the support for the propane is also mounted, so I had to take some more 1/4 inch flat stock, welded it off to the side here to give me a spot to mount the propane holder. So that'll go just like that. And I had to make sure, unfortunately it'd be nice and ideal if I could just like strap it around, you know, here like so, but with that sink swinging out, you can see that it would have been a problem. So I had to off center here, which is why I made these brackets or this support to it. So it should be more than strong enough to hold that down the road. I have just self tappers through this. I think this is 1/4 inch anyway, if I remember right. So pretty stout, enough threads there to keep it in place on these 3, and then this is 1/4 inch material with some bolts. So that should be good there. Got weather stripping all in place around the perimeter. Good there. Went through and did the acid etch primer from Raptor on the top and the exposed metal points. I'm gonna go back and actually hit it again real quick. A couple more points like here along this face with bare metal here, and make sure we're covered there, and also in the front where I sanded down that front tailgate piece. So we'll do that. Okay, well, we got everything primed out, and then I went through with the Raptor liner and got everything touched up that needed to be. Got this all coated on the front frame here. So all that's left is spray this thing out. So I just gotta wait a little bit and then we'll be good. All right, I got the kill room set up. As you can see, I decided to plastic off the top here. Hopefully save me some time down the road if there is any overspray there. But got this thing, it's taped off as it's gonna be. Struggled with this piece of crap, fine lines or sharp lines tape here. It's just not good, so I had to go back and take down tape with the actual decent blue tape. So anyway, out there using that, don't. Anyway, I think I have everything ready here. I've never sprayed with a, well, I take that back. I never sprayed Raptor liner. I used to do a lot of spraying, but with a airless method. So with the air gun is something new. Yeah, I'm just gonna wing it. They said to do 40 to 60 psi, so I'm probably gonna start out with 40. Hopefully that works, just because I have a small air compressor. So hopefully that 40 will keep up with the that pressure. So we'll see. Alright, so I only got one coat on film, but it's pretty much just me of more of the same. And the end result is it's light. It's definitely light. I only had 4 quart bottles of kit, which is designed for an 8-foot truck bed, which essentially is what this is, just flipped over, upside down, if you will. But I didn't account for all the nooks and crannies and whatnot that I had to get that you wouldn't be getting on a normal truck bed. So wish I had gotten 2 extra bottles. I think we're just gonna roll with it and live with it for a little while and see how it is. And if we really want to put another couple coats on, I'm thinking we will. It just may be a project down the road, which isn't a problem. It's just more taping this off. I'm gonna have to do it anyway because I can't leave this tape on here waiting for it to have residue, and it'd be hard to get off if I don't take it off now. So anyway, it's gonna have to be done later down the road regardless. So let's live with it and see how it goes. Yeah, so this is what it looks like. I know you like stop talking and showing what it looks like. So we have tan, and I'm gonna pull it out, take all the tape off, and pull it out in the sunlight. But there's obvious, I don't know how well the camera's picking it up, but there is some like striping here, and you can see some light spots on the actual top. There's also some very definite light spots throughout. Let's turn the light on over here, see if we can get some more light on the situation. Light spots, you know, like some under here, have some light spots you can see on the sides here. Definite light spots. I tried getting underneath as best I could, but there's, like, as you can see over here for sure, didn't get all the way up underneath there. I wasn't gonna have enough to do that, and I made the decision early on just to get what you can see standing up. So that's what I did. So again, like we said, we have some light spots you can see here where it's not fully coated, but we're gonna live with it. Peel this tape off. I'm wondering if just peeling the tape off it'll look better. Won't be as noticeable. We'll see. Oh, maybe I'll get in the video camera here. We'll pull the tape off and see, you know, if it's how noticeable it is, and again, just live with it for a little while. I do like how it turned out texture wise. I had the gun set at 50 psi, and this thing kept up no problem. I could spray continuously, and it would continuously run. but I'd stop for 2-3 seconds and it would stop and kick off. So not bad for that little thing. So happy with it. Kept that 50 psi, and the texture turned out great. Exactly what I was thinking, and hopefully it'll match somewhat, fairly close to the roll-on application. So that's the roll-on application, and that's that. Spray on and roll on. So pretty close, I think. Not bad. Definitely a whole lot easier doing this, the roll on or the spray on, as far as I would have hated to have to do that roll on. It just would have been a pain in the butt. I think you would have used more stuff anyway. So all right, let's get some tape pulled off, see what this thing actually looks like in the sun. Finished product. Finished quote unquote finished product, because I seen even more light spots. I mean, I completely missed this underside on every one of those. So I'm definitely gonna have to come back and hit this thing again at some point for just my own sanity. But turned out pretty good.
And that's it. Like I said, we'll have one more after this to go over all the ins and outs of the trailer, things we've changed up some lights, the drainage system, a couple other things on it, show you what worked, what didn't work, and maybe help you out if you're doing one, or just to see how we did things. So stay tuned for that one. Appreciate you guys watching. Thanks.